Good morning, children. Today we are going to study about trigonometric identities, which is the last exercise of chapter 8. In this exercise, we will study about trigonometric identities. First of all, we will try to understand what is identity. Actually, identity is an expression which is true for all values. It means that if you write an algebraic expression a plus b to the whole square, when we will express it in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square, it means that if we put any number in place of a and b, then both LHS and RHS will be same, they are equal. So it is identity. It means that if we put any values of a and b over here, we always give the same result or equality in both LHS and RHS. Now today we are going to study some identities which are based on trigonometry. Here we have taken a right triangle ABC in which angle B is 90 degree. Since angle B is 90 degree, so using Pythagoras theorem we can write AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, or we can write AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Now we will divide each term of this equation number 1 by AC square. Since it is AB square by AC square, so it can be written as AB by AC to the whole square, and BC square by AC square can be written as BC by AC to the whole square, and this AC square and AC square is cancelled out. It is left with 1. Now if we consider angle A only, for angle A, for this angle A, we see that perpendicular is BC and base is AB, hypotenuse is AC. Now for angle A, perpendicular is equal to BC, base is equal to AB, and hypotenuse is equal to AC. Now we write for AB by AC, which is base by hypotenuse. Base is AB and AC is hypotenuse. So we know that the ratio of B and H represents cos. So we have written cos A to the whole square. Similarly, BC by AC, BC is being perpendicular and H is being AC. So P by H, ratio of P by H represents sin A. Now it becomes AB by AC to the whole square becomes cos A to the whole square, and BC by AC to the whole square becomes sin A to the whole square, and in RHS we are having 1. Now cos A to the whole square will be written as cos square A, and sin A to the whole square will be written as sin square A. So either you write cos square A plus sin square A is equals to 1, or you can write sin square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. You can verify it the same for angle C also. if we consider angle C, then the triangle for angle C, perpendicular will be considered as AB, base will be considered as BC, and hypotenuse will be AC. Now in equation number 2 we have obtained that AB by AC to the whole square. Since for angle C, AB is perpendicular and AC is hypotenuse, so the ratio of perpendicular and hypotenuse will represent sine, and since it is for angle C, so we will write sine C for AB by AC, and BC by AC. BC is here base and AC is hypotenuse, so the ratio of base and hypotenuse is equal to cos. Again we see that sine C to the whole square plus cos C to the whole square we can write for BC by AC and AB by AC respectively, and the square of sine C will give us sine square C, and the square of cos C will give us cos square C. Then what do we get again? That sine square C plus cos square C is equals to 1. Therefore we get our first identity, which is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. For it is true for all values of theta, but the theta is having a limit that it will be greater than or equals to 0 degree but less than or equals to 90 degree. This sine square theta plus cos square theta is our first identity. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. On the basis of this identity, since it was the first identity, so we can obtain two more relation of sine square theta and cos square theta and 1 by transferring the terms in RHS or LHS. Suppose we take this sine square theta in RHS. Since it was plus sine square theta over here, when it will be taken in RHS, it will become 1 minus sine square theta. So what do we get? Another identity, that is 1 minus sine square theta is equal to cos square theta. This identity has been obtained from the sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. And in the same way, if we take cos square theta in RHS, we get 1 minus cos square theta. Therefore, this 1 minus cos square theta in one side, and in one side there is sin square theta. So again we are having an identity that 1 minus cos square theta is equal to sin square theta. Thus we have obtained two more identities on the basis of sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. These are the two identities which has been obtained on the basis of the first identity. Now here we are having another right angle triangle ABC, in which angle B is also 90 degree. So again by using Pythagoras theorem, we can write AB square plus BC square is equals to AC square. Now we will divide each term of equation number 1 by AB square. One will divide AB square by each term, then we get AB square by AB square, BC square by AB square, and AC square by AC square, AB square. This AB square is cancelled out. BC square by AB square can be written as BC by AB to the whole square. AC square by AB square can be written as AC by AB to the whole square. Now if we consider angle A, then for angle A we are having perpendicular as BC and base as AB and hypotenuse as AC. So for BC by AB, since BC is representing perpendicular and AB is representing base, we are having the ratio P by B. For the ratio of P by B, we can write tan A. So 1 plus tan A to the whole square. Now for AC we can write hypotenuse and AB is representing base. So the ratio of hypotenuse and base will represent sec A. So we get 1 plus tan A to the square is equals to sec A to the square for 1 plus BC by AB to the whole square is equal to AC by AB to the whole square. Now here the square of tan A will give us tan square A and the square of sec A will give us sec square A. Thus we get second identity 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A. Again we will take the same triangle and we consider angle C. Now for angle C we see that perpendicular is AB, base is BC and hypotenuse is AC. Now the thing which we have obtained over here, that is in equation number 2. For 1 we will write 1 over here, but for angle C, BC is representing B and AB is representing P. So what do we get the ratio? B by P. As we know that the ratio of B and P represents cot, and since it is for angle C, so we will write cot C. And here AC is hypotenuse and AB is perpendicular. So ratio of H and P represents cosec. Since it is for angle C, so we will write cosec C over here. Now for equation number 2 we get 1 plus BC by AB to the whole square is equals to AC by AB to the whole square. The corresponding value as 1 plus cot C to the whole square is equals to cosec C to the whole square. When we will square cot C, we get cot square C, and when we get square of cosec C, we get cosec square C. Thus we get another identity 1 plus cot square C is equals to cosec square C. Thus we get relation true for all values of A and C, but we are having some conditions for angle A and angle C, that both angles should be less than or equal to 90 degree but more than or equal to 0 degree. That we have to take care that these angles must lie between 0 and 90. Now we have obtained all the three identities. The second identity is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, where theta is less than or equals to 90 degree but greater than or equals to 0 degree. And the third identity is that 1 plus cot square theta is equals to cosec square theta. Theta must satisfy this condition that it will be less than or equals to 90 degree but more than or equals to 0 degree. Overall we are having now three identities, and on the basis of each identity we can obtain two more identities. You have to learn all these identities and then you can solve these questions of exercise 8.4. The first identity is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. On the basis of this identity, we have obtained two more identities. They are 1 minus cos square theta is equal to sin square theta and 1 minus sin square theta is equals to cos square theta. The second identity was 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Now on the basis of 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, we can obtain sec square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square theta and sec square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. Now The last identity is 1 plus cot square theta is equals to cosec square theta. Now, on the basis of this identity, we obtain two more identities. They are cosec square theta minus 1 is equals to cot square theta, and cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. These are the 9 identities you have to learn. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve all the questions of trigonometric identities. Always remember, trigonometry contains highest number of marks in the first term. It has maximum number of marks from which the questions are being asked. So you have to practice all the things of this trigonometry, and then only you can answer all the questions. Now here we are going to discuss some questions of exercise 8.4. It is a very important question. Here we have to express one trigonometric ratio into another trigonometric ratio using identities. Here the question is that we have to express cos A, tan A and sec A into another ratio sin A. So to solve it, we will use our identity cos square A plus sin square A is equals to 1. When this sin square A will be taken in RHS, it will become cos square A is equals to 1 minus sin square A. So we can write cos A is equals to under root 1 minus sin square A. When we will remove a square from LHS, then the square root will be assigned in the RHS. So cos A, the ratio of cos has been expressed in the terms of sin A. Now we will express tan A and sec A into sin A. As we know by the quotient relation that the ratio of sin and quotient of sin and cos is equal to tan. So sin A will remain sin A in the numerator, but in the denominator cos A was written. So for cos A we can substitute the value which we have just obtained, that is root under 1 minus sin square A. So tan A can be written as, in the terms of sin A, is equal to sin A by under root 1 minus sin square A. Now here we are having sec A. Sec A can be written as 1 by cos A. It is the inverse relation of sec and cos. But as we have just obtained the value of cos A, that it is equal to root 1 minus sin square A, so we can write the value of cos A in the denominator by expressing sec A in the terms of sin A. Therefore sec A can be written for 1 by under root 1 minus sin square A. Thus we have expressed this cos A, tan A and sec A into sin A. So you have to practice all other ratios to express in other ratios using different kinds of identities. All the questions will be solved using all those 9 identities, and you have to take the reference of the other formulas also which have been taught earlier. So you will try to practice as much as identity possible, because it is very important and you have to make command over these. Okay.